Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. We are live.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, guys. I do not know if anyone's watching yet. Going to my apps directory. Boomer Bill. Clearing the screen. Pulling down the code. Okay. Tmux. Backend. Source. VNV bin activate. Core. Okay. Source. Server. Oh. Okay, server's live. Backend. Oh, cool man shirt with the group. Okay, let me Let me post this stream in the group. Copy text. We go to PyATL. And I'm a coder as a Python Atlanta. This is a little, just a general advance. This is just kind of a trolley gimmick app I had an idea for. That I thought was funny, called Boomer Bill. Because I end up doing free tech support for family. So I'm like, okay, let's just build a app that allows me to track them. And then eventually I may turn into an actual Control C, Control C. Okay, I'll go to frontend npm run dev. Okay. So we go to localhost. Let me just clear out all unneeded nonsense. Okay, there we go. There is Boomer Bill's front end. Localhost. Yeah. Okay, there's a problem. Allowed hosts. What did I do to break this? I used a little bit of AI vibe coding, and it always breaks something. This is the reason why you can't really rely on AI. You have to guide the thing. Let's go to... Oh, there's a lot of error logs. Aha. Settings. Okay. Let me just... Okay, yeah. Turn off the allowed... Okay, here's the API, docs, sessions. Okay, good. That was me, the AI, doing dumb stuff. Yes, these have to go in env variables, users. What functionality do you really want to add to Boomer Bill? Because I had an idea for like social media, like an anonymous forum where you can follow each other. Now that Twitter has a pay-as-you-go API, you can essentially it's no longer super expensive to have a SaaS that uses it because you just pay as you go.
Yeah.
So I was thinking to advertise itself, all you got to do is have a bot that reads the API and then on a like at least 3 or 4 times a day, because Twitter is open source, post about like the day's worst boomer or trends about boomers being bad with tech or something, and then like have Boomer Bill plug itself. That'd be hilarious. And I was thinking like I was talking to an owner of a local business who also is always free tech support for his family. Like he said, like, oh, it'd be hilarious if we could pay to essentially shame boomers for being bad. And I was like, okay, I can charge for that. Like again, it's like it's a silly joke. It's like I just like had an idea, but maybe we should be more professional about it, and instead of being too silly, maybe we should have social media functionality like social media functionality like, I don't know, we could be able to follow each other, the ability to have like anonymous forums, think like message boards, like old-fashioned message boards. Not necessarily 4chan, but you know, like BB boards and that kind of stuff. But with my dark synthwave aesthetic that Boomer Bill uses, so we could have all this like modern, pretty, but retro at the same time look. This is entirely vibe-coded UI. App right now, this is entirely vibe-coded. I have to refactor the code base so I can have multiple stuff. For example, I want to be able to track, if you're free, it's going to be a PWA. When you log in, you'll be able to. This is using Daisy UI, so it doesn't have a vibe-coded look. It uses Daisy UI with my custom theme. This is like a leaderboard, but this is really just a list of boomers. But it's not an actual real-time leaderboard. It's just your top boomer by whatever category. I want to have an actual something like app/leader board, like an actual leaderboard of worst boomer. That'll be not just your worst boomer, not just my worst boomer, but like quantifiably the worst boomer. And they'll be able to get like semantic data of like what are the worst things boomers are at tech-wise. And this is actually could be valuable data for marketing, like selling tech support services, because we know just how bad insert age group is about tech. And then I mean, like, how much would you pay for that kind of data?
I mean, how much would you pay for all that?
Yeah, like if you were an advertiser wanting to sell tech support services, how much would you want to pay for bad boomers?
A couple bucks.
Couple bucks?
Yeah, a couple bucks.
Yeah, you're not one of the you don't sell data. Okay, how much do data gatherers buy from mass data sets though? Like I don't know. Okay. So what kind of features should we add today? You want to add social media features? Do you want to add... Like, what do you want to add?
Social media features is one.
Here's the kind of things I think I would add into Boomer Bill. One, actual networked leaderboards. Actually, hold on. Let's go my devlog. Backend. Hold on.
Basically, you're using Django.
I use Django for almost everything.
That's your database.
Django is actually not a database. It is a Python framework with a CRM.
Yeah.
Okay, this was my plan from last time. I don't know if I got these things done. So let's see. Boomer list view, Boomer state, Boomer sessions, API working. These are going to be my defined done for this, because I don't know if I actually built this stuff. Date. date, time. Let's do a date, time. Yeah, date, time. Date, time. The reason why I'm building this in this format, I'm creating a dev log, a decision log, and then I can just record my raw thoughts, and then I'm building an AI agent. It may be a open code plugin that integrates with Twitter's API, or a skill that allows it to hijack the token, not to use API. Or I may just, but I'm going to turn this into an actual service for my own marketing purposes, called bulk post. The idea of bulk post I had was it is going to be essentially you write it once and it posts everywhere, because I hate social media, but unfortunately got to market. There is a, on the topic of, well, my ADD is bad, but also Twitter algorithm. Here we go, here's a tool. This tool is based off of Twitter's algorithm, and Twitter's algorithm is open source. And this little tool, which if it's under appropriate license, it's a little Next.js website that you could basically, it helps calculate how viral your tweet's going to be based off of the Twitter algorithm. And it hasn't, I've literally posted one good tweet with this. I wrote my own thing down that had AI help me massage it and get it better. And it went from my default first attempt was ranking 40 out of 100 with a few parameter tweaks so to get it to 80 out of 100 and then just post it. And of course, ultimately you want the most viral possible tweet. We don't want negative sentiment. Like I'm going to see if I can get, for my bulk post nonsense, I'm going to build copy this sentiment analysis tool and essentially have, for my building in public idea, I'm going to record my decisions, what I'm doing, my changes in a file like devlog, and have it, help me write better, more viral looking format. It'll be like a Vim plugin, they'll have that nonsense. But also the idea is it will, every time I'm done in the day, it will take my dev logs, my decision logs, create terminal screenshots of my work, and post it to Twitter with a summarization that is designed to go viral, because it'll take advantage of the fact that Twitter gives a 2x boost to anything with image, have the sentiment analysis that's designed to work the way I want it to work, take advantage of how the algorithm is boosted and how it actually boosts. Basically, not slop, but stuff that's optimized to try to go viral. So, and it'll just help you draft, either post automatically for you and like a vibe, like AI take the wheel, or literally just have, but optimized so it will be more realistic. Because I built a bot that just ran a cron job and posted in a style with no optimization, just consistent posting, and I was getting followers for only a penny. And combine this with like effective marketing campaigns that work not only on Twitter but other platforms, and other like structured writing guides and styles that work not just on Twitter but other platforms. And combine that, there are certain types of things that I don't mind automating because they're not my opinion, they're just things designed to engagement farm. And AI is relatively good at that.
Yeah.
And then have these dev logs, these build logs, my writings, and have these same like sentiment analysis tools that help you optimize your writing to be really, really good, so it's more likely to go viral. Then the AI could then use your writing as a knowledge base, repurpose it, and reformat it to go viral on all these other platforms, so you can just focus on building your code, writing your devlogs, and writing good content, and then work on your blog. That's only marketers have to work on, and then it uses your knowledge, your opinions, your data, your knowledge base as a source of truth to then crap post on Twitter and LinkedIn and all that and drive your marketing. And then there's another like productized service idea I had in building for myself as a tool, and then I'll sell it as either a SaaS or turnkey productized service or both. That will use the agency agents, like one agency agent that's good at planning, marketing, good at, like, let me show you. Agency agents. Agency agents GitHub. Like, this is it. The agency agents GitHub, you can install these in open code. It has AI agents. Like, the vibe coding things I'm not the most keen on, because to be frank, AI, it's useful, but it will hallucinate, it will cause issues, it is never 100% reliable. AI agents, when combined with deterministic tooling, are even better and more reliable. They do allow you to do a lot of stuff by yourself without having to get other people. I'm more a believer in what's called human-machine teaming. But the idea is with these agency agents, these like the design agents, the design agents, the engineering agents. I'm building my own agents in this style to help me build better things with Django, to build better things with Godot. There's like product management, marketing, paid media. There's all these, there's sales agents. These are system prompts I could use in either OpenClaw for productized services that use simple command line tools like, I don't know, this sentiment analysis agent, and then the bird CLI that hijacks your session token, which I would not recommend because it may actually deboost your stuff. Like, hijacking your session tokens is objectively not the best thing. I would rather pay to use API so my nonsense doesn't get banned. Twitter's API has gotten better, and also there's like the linked. There's several things that like you can do to not get your stuff banned, but if you're willing to risk, what's it called, token hijacking your account getting banned, I would like take this command line tool, and then let's go to marketing. Okay, there's a cross-border commerce. Hold on, there's a growth hacker, like a Twitter growth hacker on here somewhere. Short video editing coach. Oh, combine this with video editing skills. CapCut Pro, cool. What if I were to combine this with command line script skills that use FFmpeg and maybe that Blender nonsense, Blender Model Context Protocol server to then clip things out. Yeah, there's a lot of legitimately useful things that you could set up at OpenClaw or your own local AI agents that I just see eventually. Okay, here we go. Twitter Strateger. It literally creates a Twitter marketing expert. You can have an AI agent that literally, I'm going to take something, see if this works with bulk post, but also you can have like OpenClaw reading the API, looking for events, and then, sending DMs and stuff to grow your marketing. and then you just pay for, I could set this up for people where they just pay for the API usage and pay for, or I can build my own OpenClaw plugin, make bulk post OpenClaw plugin, and a standalone agent. So the people who just want an OpenClaw plugin, they make money off that way. Open code plugin, so builds devlogs and stuff. I make money off that way, and I can then have a standalone agent as a turnkey solution for people like the local business owners that I talk to here in East Point. They can pull in all their CRM data, their CMS data as a read-only thing, because AI agents should be read-only. They should be read-only, and then generate viral content and schedule it and post and make it a agentic RAG system that allows them to automate the busy work, so they can just focus on their main marketing strategy, so their blog, their blog, and whatever social media they actually like using, and then the social media they don't like using but you might as well make money off of with bulk posts, go out to all those platforms, and then set up the marketing feedback loop to make more money. But with my blog, I actually have a draft of the article I have to release soon. I was getting, back when Twitter, the API was free, I was getting new followers, just unoptimized, just cron job posting, just the kind of things I'm okay with the AI posting, like motivational fluff, hot takes, sarcastic startup advice ideas, like the kind of things that are obviously not serious social media engagement farming stuff, and those just unoptimized, just picking a random state, posting that, unoptimized. Now I can combine that with the cement analysis tool, a marketing research thing that follow trends, the motivational advice, which is really good at making generic motivational advice, then fine tune it to be dev focused, etc. A lot of those things that I think they're called truisms, like the general sayings that are generally true, but not literally, but sort of true. Combine that with authority hacking, where you reference someone in your niche that often says this. It's really good at doing that. I mean, there's this guy, I think he's called Alex Mosey, he's a very famous marketer. I just looked at his tweet style, and I can get AI to write in that style, and then actually that's how I was getting followers. I just literally create motivational post for tech in his style without referencing him. But if I then made it use the authority hacking strategy, where it references him, quote tweets at him or something, and then mentions one of his general bullshit things, and then relates it to tech in some way with a knowledge base, that could have probably gotten me even more followers, because I was getting a follower for 1.09 cents, and that guy has a cult following on LinkedIn and Twitter for all the hustle culture bros. And I could just follow some people in Twitter that are programmers who are famous marketers, and then engagement farm them somehow with my Twitter bot. But I'm off script. Okay, Boomer CRUD, server side, store stats, server side, and off. That's we're getting done. Let's do Boomer CRUD. But yeah, I have a lot of, I have too many plates spinning. That's the reason why I like AI. You can, in general, have it automate stuff. Okay. The session. This is going to require authentication, because you have to have an owner as a user. Category. I'm not using tag it. Honestly, I should probably replace the category with tag it. Boomer name ID. How would I have his cost? This is what happens when you use AI too much. And also, I'm not the best at coding on stream. So cost in pennies of the session. Cost in pennies of the session. Cost and pennies of the session. Okay, I'm gonna have why am I not just copying? Notes. Cost of the boomer over all sessions must implement a function to have to session for the leaderboard. Okay. And if the boomer list view, hold on. Boomer, of course, at all boomers. This should, in theory, handle the leaderboard. We just have to create a, actually, would have to sort this in the query. It could create a custom get query like this that just filters by the highest cost boomer in descending order, and then we can then have a signal. Okay, we can have a signal that runs a function. Okay, what version of Django is this? Is this Project Atomo? Joser. Oh, this is the latest Django. That means we can use Django's, what's it called? Built-in task runner to essentially have a agent I can make as a standalone package that I'll use inside a Boomerbill, sorry, a bulk post, but also inside of all my SASs. They'll just read your data and then post about stuff. So I can use, like, I want that to be a, I want, maybe I have bulk post be a standalone tool that it calls out to, and then have like my own, like, is bulk post owner token, so it goes to me. And then I can just use it my own products to advertise my tools, and then essentially meta market my thing by, hey, I built app. I built AI agent that sells that I use to market my shit. It got my shit to making this much money. Buy my agent. It will make you money. That'd be funny. Like, let me just do more. Costs. And Boomerbill is going to be open source. This really is just a hobby thing I'm building. If it, I'm going to run it on on my VPS, on the Fiberman Linux server VPS that I have. I am also going to then use that to essentially just be fun. It's just a funny joke thing, but I will make it, if you want to like post about the worst boomer or whatever, that would be something I would make available. And I'm probably gonna, right now I'm using Netlify, but I'm also gonna make it, because Netlify free tier, but I'm gonna have a Docker Compose set up. So you can local host this if you want to use it yourself, because, you know, why not? But maybe I would make this into a SaaS, because, like, would you pay for Boomerbill if you just wanted something funny? Yeah, my thing with, like, most of this was written by myself, and then AI added this validator stuff. That's the kind of, like, the use I have for AI, mostly. It there are things that you're going to forget, and it will automate that. My core view with AI is it's an assistant. It really can't replace an engineer. Plus, a lot of people have reached out to me, want me to write code for them because they used Replit or whatever to vibe code their prototype. But because the Supreme Court has flat out ruled all anything, code, writing, anything written by AI is not copyrightable. And if it's not copyrightable and therefore default public domain, they can't copyright it and patent it and then therefore license it as an asset. And it doesn't, so that means that they legally can't, essentially, if they want to make something proprietary and then sell it, well, if it's can't be copyrighted, you can't make it proprietary. Well, you can, but your claims to why it's causing interesting legal issues. That's the way I should summarize it. It is causing interesting legal issues. And as a result, I have leads on clients that want my part-time services again, but also don't want part-time services, but because they can't patent the AI. And because they can't patent it, they can't copyright it. They are worried about having a moat, so like they're worried about someone just copying their business, and that's an interesting thing. And they're interested in hiring me because I met them at Switchyards, and I was eventually building my own apps there, and then just showing off stuff I was building. So if that worked in person, I'm thinking about, that's why I'm starting these live streams. The whole goal is just to be showing off my work and my thought process. And like, for example, I copied this off of the Django REST API documentation. I was thinking about having an interactive form function where we can have a list of is owner or read only. So if you don't own the boomer, you can't edit the boomer's profile. And this came directly off the docs. And it's really interesting. I love how easy it is to just write, like, permissions is safe, return true, you get the attribute, object, owner, okay, bool is not owner, or is request user. It's real easy to read these things. Like, one of the things I've been doing is if I vibe code something, I have a series of plugins for open code that makes it follow Django's best practices and Joser best practices, and combine it with my templates, I can whip out a prototype really quickly. I'm creating stuff for also, what's it called? Pythonic AI, because I have a lot of ideas that would be really easy just to call LLM for purposes and then go. Like, I had an app idea years ago to basically crowdsource social skills advice for autistic people like myself, and then I had a person who had wanted an app that's similar but used AI for it, and I'm actually going to use I figured out how to use it with AI, and now I'm going to be building on my next stream after after I build this. I'm going to be building just start coding. Oh my god, I am really okay. Code. Let's just do an AI session just to cram out some stuff. No, I don't want Quinn. Yeah, I am not. I'm also thinking about creating. Okay. Okay, I am having a hard time focusing, so while I have tasked this thing to do some preliminary analysis, I'm going to go read my blood sugar because my ADD gets really bad and I can barely function when the ADD is doing the things. That's actually part of the reason why I like AI agents. I can, when my blood sugar is being funny, I can just describe what I'm thinking at info dumps, check my blood sugar, do a bunch of squats, and then okay, I'm pretty sure I have that done. Hold on, let me go to API off. Yeah. Yeah, Jozer's already set up. I have Jozer set up. I already built that. Okay. So I must have not my log. Okay, so I need to update my user stats and make a login screen for the Boomer, login screen for the front end that, yeah, the login screen for the front end, and the front end, I need to use Jozer Daisy UI. I need to have, do I want to log in with Twitter? If I log in with Twitter, I can then integrate directly Twitter's API, have an agent that just posts on behalf. And I could have sarcastic analytics Twitter, and I could use a daily brief style analytics tool agent to generate marketing content based on itself. That'd be hilarious.
And doesn't Grok
Huh? Say it again?
doesn't Grok have a bit of that features?
Grok is an interesting. Okay, if you're paying for Twitter, you can use Grok to help you optimize your own Twitter marketing. It's actually really funny. I used the free tier of Grok, and then what I've done is I've told it, hey, I know your algorithms on Twitter. Read your own algorithm. Read the recommendation Twitter's algorithm. Help me create an optimized Twitter strategy, and then I had a file describing my target audience, and then I took that strategy as a markdown file because I ran out of the free tier of ChatGPT. I ran out of the free tier of Grok. Went over the ChatGPT, which I'm paying for, and then had it just draft a bunch of tweets. I scheduled them, and I'm going pretty viral. I do not like. I have a very small audience, only 400 people. I'm not that good at social media. I just don't like it. But I have to get into the habit of doing that. So what I want is, when my bot, when it was working, it was essentially growing on my thing automatically for penny new follower, unoptimized. But if I could, basically, because AI agents can be embedded into any SaaS now with Pedantic AI and Django, and my goal is every SaaS I build, if I have my own domain, I'll create a Twitter account for all that, and then just Twitter and LinkedIn, whatever social media platform that will work. If it's focusing tech people, Reddit and Twitter and maybe Blue Sky and Mastodon are the right audience for tech-focused people, according to my research. And then, because it's all text-based, the formats that go viral on Twitter are the same thing that go viral on other platforms, with minor exceptions. So that tool that I showed earlier on stream, that is a semantic analysis tool, if I port that algorithm or use the same, port that tool to Python, embed it into Pythonic AI as a tool, I could read the data, I have the agent read the stuff, generate viral content, validate it that it's the right format, and then post it. And as a result, I could have just, if you could run it a 5-month Linux server, I could probably have multiple my own apps running on there. And then if I have a budget, let's say of $100, the marketing seems really cheap. Like I'm looking at the billing cost of Twitter's API, and that's the most expensive thing. They get rid of the free tier, but it's like pay per usage, and it's very cheap. So I could, for $20-30 a month, just don't eat out once, I could have automated marketing going that will eventually essentially get it marketing itself. And then there's a person I followed who did something similar. He used OpenClaw to get to basically create tweets and AI, like Nano Banana slideshow, and some Nano Banana to generate the images, create slideshows, and then post to Instagram Reels and TikTok. And he just automated had a script that he vibe coded that automated the full slideshow generation, and literally just created a self-feedback RAG app that marketed his app for him. And then his app, it cost him $20 a month. His whole app only cost him like $50 a month max to run for the servers and for the marketing. And it on autopilot now makes like $5,000 a month. And I'm not the most social media person, but I'm trying to build my own distribution by building in public, build my own apps, build my own games in public, and do the things that I know I have the highest impact on myself. But social media apparently needs a constant stream of dribble. And the best strategy, game theory wise, is quantity quality, as a lot of the best stuff you can mass produce. So if the AI agent can then take my build logs and then take all that stuff, summarize it in post, create just engagement farm by scraping LinkedIn, Reddit for the top ranking tech memes, and then classify them, post on all the social media platforms things that are engagement farming, and then have maybe meme generators from meme templates that just create memes about my product, for my product, to drive engagement. Whoever gets the most engagement, send a link, send a link. There's various strategies you can use that once you know what you're doing and you've done it yourself, you can then automate it, and then you just focus on the actual important stuff, the devlogs, the streams, the highly strategic stuff that AI just can't be trusted to do, but the endless content that is just there that AI can do. I mean, AI can make ridiculous, unrealistic hot takes. And ridiculous, delusional, unrealistic hot takes on LinkedIn and Twitter and Blue Sky and Mastodon and all that stuff go viral. And everyone knows it's not necessarily important. Everyone knows it's just a engagement bait or rage bait. I find rage baiting funny, but I'm not always in the mood to rage bait, and that is I've been strategically doing that on Twitter recently. I'm not anti-AI, but I'm not religiously pro-AI. It's just a tool. So, there's these people going, oh my god, AI is better than me, quote tweet, skill issue. Really funny. And then I'll, quote tweet it, then make it a thread, then respond by going, oh, here's how you actually improve, here's how things you can actually get better, actually add value, not just rage bait. but that's like the hook that's really effective on Twitter right now amongst the tech people. And then I'm thinking if people are having issues vibe coding, reliable code, well, if I'm selling tools, I could have templates, have plugins, have whatever products that they would use, and then go viral, like a skill issue, use my product, or A/B test, see what works, and I'm in the process of doing that right now. It's really funny. Like the people who are buying AI products on Twitter, who are like going to my GitHub and using my Django agents, for example, are the kind of people who, for some reason, like it when you troll them about their crappy AI code. I don't know why. But it seems to be working. So, but it could be fellow engagement baiters. Like, that's the thing. Like, AI it's really good at certain things, and it's really generally bad at other things. And I think in the future, there was an MIT study that showed that 95% of automation integrations failed, but the 5% that worked had the AI tooling, like everything that could be deterministic in AI tooling, everything that could be deterministic was deterministic. The AI was simply summarizing data, and it was like the Unix design philosophy. Take output from one program, input to another program. The AI was just dynamically calling tools and feeding them into each other with a strategy. And that's the kind of stuff I want to build for my own marketing. And and data, okay. I haven't worked on this code in 2 weeks, so, I don't want it that. I want Boomer, yeah, Boomer slash. I don't want it to be an action. I don't like... I don't like deeply nested APIs like this. I don't know why. They always get tricky to debug. Okay, those are interesting things to have. Well, those things I'm gonna do the blend. Okay, I'm gonna check my sugar real quick. That reminds me, while I'm relearning Dart and Flutter, because I haven't touched Dart and Flutter code bases in a while, I'm going to be building my blood sugar tracking app Dracula, and that is really interesting because, like, I do not trust that to be vibe coded whatsoever. Like, I'm actually vibe coding Dracula on purpose because I want to show how insecure it can be. Okay, sugar's 193. Total sessions, serializers. That's about right. I would write, yeah. It's more or less how I do things. Okay. Let's see what the template looks like. Yeah. I'm going to be tweaking the design the way I like. Aha. This is using Daisy UI. That's the thing about getting my pitch failed. Okay. Flow.
Okay.
And to use Dozer and GitHub OAuth. Mm-hmm. The reason why I use Dozer and Django for, especially when on Vibe Code prototypes, is because Dozer is opinionated and handles all these authentications by default, and I don't have to trust I don't have to trust myself not to make a dumb mistake because it handles it for me. And that's like, again, I think every developer should know how to roll their own auth for reasons. But if you're building your own prototype, start with a monolithic application, and if there's an open source package that implements it, don't even bother. You want user name only. I can type. Just use that. I don't want to change anything but Dozer's configuration. We don't have to. Okay, and then once the prototype is working, that's my design. I'm probably going to have a page that has the image on one side, the login flow on the other side. Okay. The idea I want to be on, huh.
Okay, Billy, I'm just gonna take off now.
Yeah. Features are
Alright, see you later.
counts. Yeah, the reason why vibe coding is, this is why I'm not against it. You need to actually know how to read good code, but if you know what you're doing, you can do so much faster. Yeah, I want it to be local, non-local, gated accounts. So yeah, I'm planning on making the, well, let's see how the stream's doing. Just where did I share it? I'm sharing the group chat. Go to PyTL. Where did I share it? Let me just go to my back end here. I am totally not a professional streamer. But I don't care. I'm not trying to be the most. Let me just go to my. Go to analytics. Interesting. No one currently watching. Don't care. Okay. One concurrent viewer. That is pitifully low. Okay, let's just see. Okay. 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 I'll probably get Boomer Bill, the very MVP features done soon. This is actually a very easily vibe coded app. I'm literally just going to have to duct tape a few features here and there because this is super simple. I mean, I honestly should have built this a while ago. Okay. Continue on local features. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Of course my dumbass didn't have that. My template needs to have that, so I don't have to implement that. Ah. Oh my dumbass. Yep. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Basic backend functionality working. Then we're gonna have to actually have a actual leaderboard of the actual worst boomers, not just your. This can't be called a leaderboard. This needs to be like personal leaderboard. What should we call this? Also, we could create a command line tool. That'd be funny. I actually wanted to learn to build command line tools in Go, or should I do it in Rust? Maybe for my Code Coffee and Certs live stream where I'm relearning Rust, I can build a CLI for Boomer Bill. But honestly, it needs to be. This is funny. This is just a joke product. Okay. Let's not go to. Okay. Interesting. User list. Auth users. Okay. It's amazing how much it already knows. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming. I'm not the best at this. And honestly, I don't really code that well on stream. I have to resort to vibe coding because I get, like, code anxiety. And I cannot write good code when I'm stressed. So I'm gonna stop the stream and just, work on this until I'm done. Yeah, streaming may not be the best marketing strategy because I'm only getting 3 or 4 views. I'm only getting a 1.3 average view duration. I'm just not entertaining. Yeah. I'm not entertaining on stream, so this little marketing experiment's at its end. Guys who followed me anyway, if you think I'm actually decent at streaming, which I'm probably not, just let me know. This is not the most effective thing in my book so far, but I will be releasing my notes on how effective my Twitter marketing was, and resuming building a bulk post and the full, like, unique version of bulk post soon, because I just don't like marketing.